congrats on a great season. Andy, if I can just dovetail on that question, can you talk about John Muse's play? It didn't seem like he had a lot of spectacular shots, but he seemed to have your number up until that goal. I was wondering if you could comment on his play.
Yeah, he played fantastic tonight. He had a great save on me. I think it was a second chance on the power play there, and you know, he's a hardworking guy. You can tell that he's had a lot of experience in net, and you know, his D-corps did a good job playing in front of him.
Right up here in front.
Danny Martin, Fairbanks Daily News Miner. Dion, talk about the last 5 minutes. I mean, you had two quality shots, like in a 36-second stint, and just talk about the way you guys kept coming at Muse despite being down 2-1.
Well, there's no quit in our locker room, and I think all the lines that were going out there at that point, we're getting chances. We sat there, hit a post, we had a few other chances in front of the net. You know, that's how we score goals, we get pucks to the net, and unfortunately they didn't go in for us today.
Right here.
Kevin, Dave Hendrickson, U.S. College Hockey Online. Even though you guys were in this tournament for the first time and you were going against a team that seems to be in the tournament year after year after year, you guys, at least from our perspective, look to really be playing with poise and as if you kind of belonged here. Can you talk about the sense that your team had of just not being happy to be here, not being intimidated, and showing that kind of poise?
Yeah, I think it's just something that we've had in our locker room all year. We're a confident group. We haven't made it to many levels where we get lots of recognition yet, but we got a ton of guys in there with a lot of heart. And we know where we can be and what we can do, and it's just kind of been something that we've built all year. We won a couple tournaments at the start of the year, and won our Governor's Cup against Anchorage this year, and just kind of built off a lot of tight games with a lot of top teams in our conference. And you know, obviously we lost to Northern there, and that was kind of tough, but I think it was almost one of those things where you take it for granted and you get the second opportunity, and we had a great week in practice. The guys were excited. We knew second chances didn't come often, so we were prepared coming into this week, and we wanted to make the best of it. And guys laid on the line tonight, and you know, I just didn't get it done.
Thank you, Coach. John Powers, Boston Globe. This is your program's first trip here. Clearly, the BC upperclassmen won this thing 2 years ago. How much in certain minutes does experience come in? They get a shorthander, you are 1 second late on a line change, they get a goal. How those little things make a difference?
Yeah, I think when you've been there before, I mean, I've talked to a few coaches that have been in the tournament before, and how it differs from, you know, the first year to the second year to the, you know, whatever it is, the 15th year. I mean, it's just, there's a little bit more sense of, you know, knowing how things are going to work, and it's not always, I think, truthfully, I don't know how much of it is on the ice. I mean, all these guys have been in big games somewhere along their careers. I think it's just managing the, you know, the format of getting here, the things you need to be doing, and just kind of not letting that stuff play into it. I mean, it's still, like we told our guys on Sunday when we found out, I mean, we knew we were playing Boston College, but it's, you know, the ice sheet's the same size, and, you know, you kind of hear it all the time, everyone puts their skates on the same way, but it's about, you know, going out and executing your game plan and not getting distracted by all the other stuff. So, you know, again, it's just, you know, experience. I think it just, you know, being here and knowing what to expect when you get here. There's a lot of unknowns just from a logistics standpoint, let alone, you know, or just even getting to the rink type of stuff, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, I think, you know, hopefully you get the opportunity again next year, and you know, I think it will pay off for us getting to where we need to go, and we can put that much more into our performance.
One way, you guys come back and then you drove the net.
Yeah, I mean, they came down at 3-on-2, and not sure whether it was a block shot or the puck just missed the net, but, you know, it squeaked around the boards, and I picked it up and looked up. We had a 3-on-2, dropped it to Steve Whitney, and you know, Steve Whitney had a lot of poise, you know, to hold up, and hit Patch Albert coming in pretty late. You know, we always work on, you know, working or hitting our D coming in late, and, you know, it paid off tonight, and Patch made a great look back door, and I was just lucky enough to have my stick in the right place.
Hey guys, Brian O'Connor, ESPN.com. Pat and Matt, I want you both to answer this. It seems like last 4 or 5 games you've had somebody else step up every single game. So can you talk about the depth on this team?
Yeah, I think it's integral. Any team that's going to make a push here
college hockey is going to need everyone to step up, and everyone's going to play a different role every night. Sometimes your checkers are going to score, and that's something you need. I think the more guys we can have going, the better off we're going to be, and I think you've seen that the last couple of games, and it's contributed to our success.
Yeah, following up on that, I feel what makes us a really strong team is that when we don't have our top line of Gibbons, Atkinson, and Whitney, when they're not scoring, we're so deep that we can have Matt Lombardi, who's been playing well for us lately, come through with huge goals. We can have guys like that, scoring goals, and that really helps us, when our top lines aren't playing well.
Steve Buckley, Boston Herald. Matt, you guys are one victory away from getting back to the Frozen Four. Take us back to last year, skating off the ice after that loss to BU in the Hockey East semifinals, I think it was. What was the mindset in the team then? What did you guys feel needed to be done to get back to this point? Were you optimistic that the team could do so?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've mentioned before, this program we always expect to be in the national tournament. We expect to do well, and we set our goals high on purpose. And I think immediately after that game, I think every guy in that locker room who was coming back next year, and even the freshmen coming in, found that out real quick, that's where our goals are, and I think that's where those expectations were. And immediately, throughout the summer, working with our strength coach, Russ Rosa, guys were focused. You could see everyone was a little bit hungrier. Everyone wanted to be back here. And I think throughout the entire year, guys, one game at a time, but building towards getting to this tournament. And we're one game down, and you take it one game at a time, like we've been doing all year. But I think definitely that hunger is.
But on your varsity, known what a Nanook was.
I think we do follow college hockey, but they have a YouTube presentation. It's on YouTube. Their introduction it's got thousands of hits. But I saw kids that had seen that during the course of the year. Polar bear taking out campuses and taking out battles and stuff. I started to show it to my grandson. He started crying. I said, "Well, that's probably not the thing to show." But we've had some film on them and watched it, but we were not very familiar with them. Usually out of the CCHA comes, Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Miami.
Steve? Jared, back here. Same question I asked Matt earlier. When you guys lost last year in the Hockey East tournament, you guys are pretty good freshmen here, but yet walking off the ice that night, or maybe the next morning at home, how optimistic were you that in 2009, 2010, you'd be back at the top of college hockey, or near the top where you are right now?
We'd gone through that year. Nathan Gerby, of course, was our catalyst to win the championship, and he'd turned pro, so that affected our whole team that year. You take away the most dynamic player probably in all of college hockey. So that particular year was kind of a struggle for us. But back of our minds, we knew we had an excellent freshman class coming in, and the returning players were capable of doing that. But we needed a good freshman class coming in, especially on defense, because with Nick Petrecki turning pro also, it was kind of 3 seniors and Nick. There was 4 slots open on defense. Tommy Cross has helped us coming back off the knee surgery, but we were a little concerned defensively, Steve. But I think their contributions have been even maybe more than I thought they would be. That was our only real concern. I thought we'd come back, but we needed really good play from those defensemen.